Hey everyone, how is it going? Today, I hope you're well. I hope you're advancing. I hope you're enjoying my videos, and I hope you keep following me on TikTok and YouTube. And you comment and you like and you do whatever you want with what I have to offer you with my own unique perspective that all of us guitarists develop depending on our experiences and training and lessons and who we've watched. So we're going to get into continuing to wanting to help you with improvising over chords and the different techniques you can use that can work with rock and folk and even moving up into jazz. And we've talked about C7 up and down the neck. We've shown you scales. We've shown you arpeggios all the way up and down the neck. C7th. Why C7th? Well, once you get to C7th scale or the Mixolydian scale when it's in the mode, when you talk about the mode, and then you can move into playing the notes that are in chords that will sound best when those chords are being played, because you'll know where the 7th note is with the B flat. So you'll know that if you want to make it minor, you just have to flat the 3rd. So when you know the new numbers of all of the notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then repeating when we're in the 3rd position, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is that B flat. So you know that to make it minor, you're not going to go to the E. You're not going to go the pattern and play an E. You're going to go from the D to the E flat, and that's going to make it a minor 7. So then when you get into all the different notes that you could come across with different chords, whether it's a minor 7 flat 5, or it could be a sharp 9, because you know the numbers, you're going to know when you have to raise or lower those notes, whether that is the 5th note, which is the G, okay? You might make it sharp or flat, depending if it's a sharp 5 or it's a flat 5. When you're going up to the 9 is the same as the 2, which is the D. So that D is either going to be flatted to be a flat 9, or it's going to be raised to D sharp as a sharp 9, okay? And then there's the 11, 13, and so on and so on. So you've got C7th. You can always play C7th. If you want to get away from the 7 and you're playing just major, you're going to raise that B flat to the B. So let's just go into the next step. The next step after knowing the scale, and then we worked on a few arpeggios. Arpeggios are just the best notes that will sound the best playing along with that chord, okay? But now we're going into chromaticism. And chromaticism is just all the notes that are in the spaces between the notes of the scale, okay? The altered notes, or the notes that are considered outside, okay? So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to play a few things in 2 different patterns that you can see that you can work with that. And I'm actually reading them off of standard notation that I have from a teacher that I had 30 years ago. And what he's doing now, we're going to be in the 3rd position, like I just showed you, those scales, the scale of C7 and those couple arpeggios. And again, just keep in mind, I did want to show you something, that there's endless amount of arpeggios, meaning that I have this booklet here that will show you there's arpeggios for every single chord, okay? I have the chords on this side, and I have the arpeggios here. You see them all? I mean, there's 5, then 10, then 15. And above every one, it's either whether it's a C minor 6 or a C major 9, or whether it's a C11. Every single chord type has a arpeggio that can be utilized with that certain chord. It's a whole lot to remember. You're never going to remember it all. It's a lifelong pursuit. But I'm just giving you three. I mean, you can make up your own, but like I said, it's using the notes in the chord, and it's using notes that are gonna sound the best. So let's just go through a little bit here of showing you. Chromaticism is just going up the whole scale. I'm gonna go right now. That's from G, G sharp, A, and B flat, okay? So that's something that you can do when you're playing C7 in this third position. Or you can go to the next note, and it starts with the D, and you're going just up half a step, okay? And then we're gonna go, then we're putting in an arpeggio. So we're doing, just adding an arpeggio at the end. Another one that we can do, starting here, on the G, G sharp, and then we're gonna add an arpeggio. Chromatic, arpeggio. And now we're gonna go to B flat and do a chromatic run. B flat, B, C, C sharp, and then we're gonna do a little bit using the scale and a little bit of an arpeggio. That's one of the arpeggios that we've used. Remember? Okay, let's go again with another one that we're going to start on the B flat, and we're going to go send down the G. B flat, A, B flat, what did I say? I'm sorry. B flat, A, G flat, G. Then we're going to go to E flat, okay, down to C. So, and we're actually starting on the E flat, so we're actually adding the minor chromatic in there, okay, because remember, but this is adding the E flat. So it's actually doing a C7 minor chromatic part of that run. And then we're going to add we're doing a little bit of arpeggios. Here we go. Chromatic, chromatic, and then we're going to do a little bit of an arpeggio at the end. We're going to just take it up quickly because I don't want to be too long-winded. The position that we did C7th up on the 5th fret was, and the C7 starts here. So, let's go and do a chromatic run to start. I'm starting on A, B flat, B, and C. And then I'm going right to an arpeggio. And the arpeggios that we added to, utilizing this position of C7 was so, again, let me go back. Chromatic, arpeggio, another arpeggio, chromatic. Okay, let's try it again. In the 5th position, we're starting on A, B flat, B, C, chromatic, and then arpeggio. Chromatic, arpeggio. And then just a little bit utilizing chromatic and the scale, because we're going up to E, and then C, B, B flat. A little bit of chromatic there. And the last one we'll do is we'll start here. Those are the arpeggios, remember? We're going to start on the G, and we're going to go up chromatic. And then we're going to do the arpeggio that we showed you. Then we're going to do another arpeggio. And then we're going to do another arpeggio. And then a little bit of chromatic. So it's just kind of a mixture of utilizing a little bit of a scale run, chromaticism, and arpeggios, okay? Remember, there's no wrong notes, basically. There's notes that are outside of the scale that are not considered diatonic, but there's a diatonic note next to every altered note that may sound outside of that particular scale. Some things for you to work on, and we're going to be moving up the neck with some other positions of arpeggios, moving up the neck and adding chromaticism to that. It's just more things that you can do to get out of the pentatonic rut if you feel like you're just kind of stuck and everything is sounding alike. You know, just practice these lines. I've just been giving you basically eighth notes, but when you're playing melodically, you need to hold these notes out and play quarter notes, half notes. You're not going to just be doing runs all the time. It's going to be boring for the listener to listen to. You add it in at times, but most of the time you want to be melodic when you're playing, and you need to slow down a little bit and not have to shred everything. Have a great day. See you next time.